Alright guys, so we are live. So what's up guys, it's Mr. T coming at you live from NYC. Welcome back to Convos, our podcast over here at TimTalks. And hey guys and gals, welcome back to another episode. Now you can probably tell the confidence that I'm giving to you guys out right now, and that's because of the fact that I love the topic that we got today. And so before I begin, again, I just want to throw down my support to all of you for everything that you've done to help this channel, this podcast, this meme lovers dream grow. And so I just want to say thank you all for everything that you've done. You guys are really appreciated, and I just don't know how to always express that besides the book that I'm working on. You guys are the best. And so shout outs as well to everyone on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram for just giving me a chance. And so I want to throw down all my heart and my love for all of you. And so that's amazing to see how far we've come, not only as a family but also as a community, as just a place that's safe for everyone and a place that can be respected. So again, I'm always here for you guys no matter what. And so again, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done to help me as a person, help this place as a channel, this place as a community grow. And so you guys are amazing. So thank you again for everything. And also want to get straight down into the topic today. And so what I got for you guys is based on women. And so again, for guys who don't know, sometimes I get mistaken like this on the phone. I'm a guy, and I know that I don't know if the live streams, I don't know if the memes have made it clear enough, but I am a guy just with long fashionable hair. I guess that's what people like, but I guess that's a trend nowadays. Not gonna lie, it is awesome. I still remember when I was younger and I had a shaved head, and that was freaking awful. I didn't like it at all. And you guys ever had those awkward phases where you're thinking, oh my gosh, what the hell was I thinking when it comes down to doing haircuts? But again, that was parental decisions, not my own. And even then, I guess it fit in with the style that I was. I was still young, but now I'm digging the long hair kind of vibe. And although I'm still a guy, it's just awesome to feel this kind of way again, in a while. But either way, guys, so back to the topic we got today. We're focusing on women, and don't underestimate the title, guys. If you guys don't know what the heck GOATs are or what the heck that acronym is, yeah, it's an acronym. So it's not actually like the animal. So if you guys, have any dirty thoughts or weird thoughts, again, lay it off, play cool. Again, so I'm focusing on why women are GOATs, or otherwise known as, the greatest of all time. And it's not because of any particular comment. Again, this is one of my more personal things that I love to touch base on, but it's also the fact that I just want to talk about the comments that I've gotten from before, and judging by the usernames, yes, I can see those, and I promise to keep you guys anonymous no matter what. But I'm looking over at the usernames, and I see that many of them kind of connect to women. Sometimes I see rainbows, sometimes I see just those things like Prada and all those things. And I'm thinking that most of these apply to women. I'm not saying that guys aren't guilty as well of loving fashion or loving just anything female related, but I am saying that for all it's worth, and judging by whoever types the comments, it's gotta be women hands down, right? And so, here's the thing, guys. In my own opinion, first off, before I get down into the, just the unbiased part of things, I have that major and unfounded and unconditional love for women. I just have that unfounded respect for them. And it's not just because of the fact that guys would think, for example, oh, they're hot, sexy, corsairs or whatever, and that's not true always in that regard in terms of judging a woman. I feel as well that women deserve that respect, that dignity, that sense of self, and they deserve all the rights and privileges that guys got. And honestly, I feel like guys should have some of them taken away, because women have changed the world. Literally, we wouldn't even have a world if it weren't for that one girl, that one female, that one woman, and just because they took that, you guys know what I mean, right? Come on, if you really think about it, we wouldn't have a world if not for the woman making a sacrifice, right? Yeah, it takes a guy to make a child in the process, but if you really think about it, honestly, there can be so many other ways in which a woman can do so, right? Especially in this day and age, people can have children, people can have families, and it can be so different. Guys, I'm sorry if you hear the sirens in the background. I tried so much to try and get out of it in the studio, but keep it out of the studio, but it is what it is. But anyway, back to what I was saying about women, again, with everything that they've done and the sacrifices they made, not only to quote unquote like populate the earth, but also the fact of the matter is that world looks beautiful, can look wonderful the way it is. It's because, there's something you just gotta understand about women. First off, women are not just something for men to prey on. Women aren't just these people who, like many, like society think of as weak-willed or something like that, And even then, it's still moronic and stupid in my head to think that people can still have those thoughts about just the other gender, and it's just so weird because of the fact that like I said, women can do things so much better. In fact, they don't even need us guys. And I'm saying it and I'm vouching for it. I'm not gay or anything. I am straight. I am a representative of the male population. I must say that I'm ashamed sometimes of our kind. I'm sorry as well for all the women who endure such pain and difficulties when it comes down to being with a guy. Let's be honest, guys, when it comes down to things like cleanliness, we're not always going to be the best. When it comes down to things like, having muscles and all that, it doesn't matter if you don't have the chops, if you don't have the brain for it, because again, the way the world works is like, we can't just quote unquote like build like a computer with a hammer and a nail, right? We literally have to be smart about things, and women are more refined. They got the chops. And so again, there's just so many things I can put into perspective about, I just don't get why, for example, when I see on the news or I see on social media as well, men dissing women for other reasons, and I don't get it. I really don't, because, if you guys can lay down for why that is, and honestly, if you see women rebelling back, I don't count that as a surprise on anymore, because I feel as though women should, and they should be deserving of everything that they have, Again, this is just one of those topics where, again, it's just more of on a personal basis for me, but I feel wholeheartedly that the female population, women of every kind, race, gender, sexual orientation, whatever, they should be entitled to everything. They should be deserving of everything. And we have to admit that, because the world comes full circle, and it came from just this one woman who wants to do something. They want to grow a career, make a family. They want to contribute to the world. They want to persist. They want to fight. And, just this gender barrier is starting to be broken, and that's completely awesome. So, again, that's just a couple of my own opinions, but you guys kind of see as well that the world is transitioning to a place where, both sides can come to each other on equal footing, and even better footing as well for women. Because like I'm literally looking, I remember seeing this article, it was over on CNN about how these women over in Ukraine, and I'm just gonna bring this up. I'm not gonna get too much into the gist of it, because again, war is war. It's always gonna be hell no matter what side it is on. But again, I see them bearing arms, fighting, and looking freaking badass just from being there and having to fight, and wanting to do so out of sheer will and determination. And they are amazing. And if I can't even conceive of myself being a soldier, let alone them wanting to risk their lives to stand up and fight for their home. But again, I just saw that over on CNN. I was completely amazed to see that. And I know that it's going on, but again, women are starting to take more of the roles that guys have done. If you really think about like World War II, women played the role when it comes down to those kind of things. And when it came down to the world, guys, like I said, guys can do so many things, but women can do so much more, in my opinion. And literally, as I'm thinking to myself about when I was thinking about what to discuss for this podcast, like literally, I can't even list down how many things that women have done so much for. Literally, from the moment I was born, like literally, who was it? My mother, right? And who was there every step of the way? Is my mother and my sister. And like literally living in a family where I'm surrounded by girls and all that stuff. So again, I start to see different perspectives. And truth be told, when I was young, I don't see the point in like it sucks, and it's always kind of disappointing as well when you have women who are just pushed to the sidelines and underestimated, and if anyone can jump in on like why the hell that is and what people have come to with that mindset. If you think that women are subservient to guys, if you think that women are going to be enslaved by just the gist of the world, back off, because that ain't happening. And I feel as though that with everything, girls deserve a lot. I'm gonna just say that straightforward. And you guys are probably thinking, if I made my own opinion clear, how is it that I'm going to go about the rest of this podcast? Well, first off, it's not just my own opinions, but I've heard also other people's opinions, because I literally asked my friends this question. And though they can't be here with us now and as guests, their opinions, I took note of them down here. Like, if you guys can hear my pen, I literally have them over here. And here's my notebook. And so I literally got down, here's what they said. I probably won't be able to type this down, but I'm just gonna read it off of here. So, oh snap, hold on. Almost forgot that. Okay, sorry guys, I had to, something bump my microphone. But anyway, so what I got here is this. So, women are empowering, women are selfless, women are capable of doing so many things. This is from my friend. And as well, women are deserving much more of the world than us guys. And coming from a place where I grew up, where I grew up where women were like in my family the whole time, and I was literally surrounded by other women. They are amazing, and they are contributors to the world, and we won't have a world without them. They deserve everything that they got, and they deserve so much more. This is one of my friend's opinions. And so another one said here, well, because women had us, lol. So, literally when I'm reading over these opinions, again, they're short and sweet, but again, women deserve so much more. So again, those are just some of my opinions, and those are some of my friends' opinions. And, I'm gonna just list down why is it that I have respect for them so much, okay? Well, first off, again, back to what I was saying, women made the world go round. If not for a woman, I don't see a man having a baby. I don't see a guy getting down to being pregnant, because that shit is hard. That is so difficult. Like, I remember a friend of mine, her stomach was very I was about to say voluminous. It was enormous. And just the fact that she had to carry that, and I remember her saying that she was gonna have twins. And in my opinion, she was only like around my age. So she's like 22. And sorry, I'm 23, but she's like probably 22. And so she said she was expecting twins, and I thought, dang, because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that she'd have a family so soon. But then again, she already graduated with her degree. So, that's completely fine. But, just having to bear them is so difficult. She's already on her second trimester, and they're growing big. And because they're twins, I think that's why her stomach was a little bit bigger than usual for the second trimester. But she was really, really coping with a lot. She had to take time off work to take care of them. She had to literally see the doctor every month or so. She had to do some checkups. She had to do some ultrasounds. She had to do some ultrasounds, take different forms of medication, vitamins, supplements. And, again, just really thinking about all that there is to raising life. Again, I have my unfound respect for her, because again, she's going through a lot, and she made that decision alongside her husband, who's a really awesome guy. He is a wonderful friend of mine, and I'm not going to disclose his name because they didn't want their names to be mentioned, and that's completely fine. But again, he is amazing as a friend, and I know he made a befitting husband for her. And with her going through all of that, I know they're expecting in a couple months, so shout out to them. And I hope maybe I'll share this over with them. But again, I hope for the best for them. But literally, it just boils down to, women made the world. Women gave birth to us. Women had us and tolerated us even. Because even now, I always reflect on like the difficulties of that. I can imagine when I was born, and like my parents have said, I wasn't an easy child to get out. In that way, I'm not going to go into details, but I wasn't the easiest person to come out. But from the moment that happened, that's one of my respect points right there. That's one of them. Another point as well is that, me being a guy, sometimes I can be neglectful of things. And, I think of myself as being one of the better guys where I do consider other people, and I'm not the person who just like is this adrenaline junkie. No, what do you call it? Norepinephrine. What is that called? I forgot. Is it adrenaline? There's a testosterone there. Testosterone. This testosterone loving junkie who just, boasts about guys. I'm literally that person who can respect both guys and girls. And so apart from that, the fact that, there's still parts of me that I'm not always the best at. Like I said, I'm not always the cleanest. I'm not always the most organized. Heck, even if you look at my computer, it's a seizurous mess because I'm juggling so many things at the same time. And it's not that it sucks. It's just so surprising that that's how I can be at certain points. But there's just something as well about, just how women can look at things creatively and look at things in a more organized way. And that is amazing. That is amazing because, like I said, I'm not the most organized, but they can look at things and say, hey, this can go here, this can go there. And they can really put things in order, and they persist despite all the struggles and despite the mess I can make of things. Again, they are amazing at organizing my life, and I'm very thankful for that. And I want to get more into that in a bit, but I know you guys want to take a break from me eating the mic. So I'm gonna play something for you guys over on the radio. Again, I hope you guys enjoy. You guys know where I want to get where I got this from. It's from Vlog No Copyright Music. Again, shout outs to them for everything that they've done. They are amazing. I'm gonna drop a link in the description. But now take a listen and let's see what they got. Alright guys, so we are back. So again, I hope you guys enjoy what we have on the radio. Again, it's from Vlog No Copyright Music. Shout outs to them for everything that they've done to coordinate artists and get them over, shed a light on them, shed the spotlight on them. Again, they're amazing, and so I'm thankful for their work. But anyway, back to women. Again, so what was I talking about? I talked about pregnancy. I talked about how they tolerate me and my dirty ass. Literally, it's so sometimes I can get really lazy. I can admit that about myself, but again, that's just one of the things where that's why women are needed. Literally, they can point me in the right direction when I need to be. And so apart from that, there's just this one other thing that I want to mention, is the fact that they can persist. They can persist, and I know that women can go through things, for example, like the time of the month. You guys know what it means. Anyone who's a bachelor, probably not. Anyone who has a wife, a girlfriend, you know how it is. A child who's a woman, a female, a girl. You guys know what I mean. But again, one day I remember there was this video on Smosh that I think was like every period ever, and then from there they just described the feeling, and I thought that's very difficult if that goes on for a week, and that's like 1/4 of a whole month, and you have to tolerate that on top of doing what you normally do proficiently. Again, that's just very difficult to conceive of. But they persist. They persist despite all the struggles and turmoils, and despite just the douchiness that sometimes happens in their lives. Again, women are very empowering. They push forward despite all of that. And again, I don't even know where they got the stamina for it. And again, men and women, we're both humans. We almost come from the cream of the crop. But again, there's just so much going on in women's lives that it's hard to think that they can be so organized and can still push through despite those challenges. Again, so that's just something that I wanted to lay down, is that women are persistent. But this is my advice as well to both guys and girls. I know that there's another portion here that's finally got into my head about what I want to say to both guys and girls. So guys, lay off, because if you think that you're entitled, or if you feel that your loving of testosterone means that you can be entitled to the things of the world, not true. In fact, you should be thankful as well that women should have more of those rights. Women should have so much more. Yes, we can build. Yes, we can do the heavy lifting. We can do those kind of things. We can handle things when they're down and dirty. But, again, women are catching up in terms of many things. I literally see them being soldiers. I literally see them being in different industries, hard lifting industries. And so again, that gap is closing. And so guys, have that unfounded respect, because if you can't even respect, it's like if you don't respect a woman, you're disrespecting your mother. You know what I mean? So again, if you don't have that respect for women, again, it's like dissing your mother and thinking that, does she regret the choice of having you, if that's your mindset? Because again, you can't just diss all women, because then you disrespect the ones who do care about you and you probably care for as well. Don't be hypocritical of that. So again, and for those of you who have partners, again, treat them with the love and care and respect that they deserve. Because guys, if she's gonna be your one and only, again, make it your one and only, because it always comes down with effort as well. Because you never know in a relationship, because like it's not just in the movies where the guy's the abuser or whatever. It can happen in real life, just because men can be very short-sighted. I can admit that as well, that men don't always want to think, and it's ridiculous. And I'm sorry to say that from myself and other guys out there. I'm sorry for any woman who goes through that sense of violence and that sense of abuse, because you don't deserve that. So guys, again, please respect the woman, respect your babes, because respect them for who they are and where they came from, because they're tolerating your ass. Again, it's just that important as well, that if they tolerate you tolerate them, you give them that love, you give them, let them be your honey bunnies, right? So again, it's just all about having that respect and that courtesy. If you guys want to be gentlemen, it starts with that. It starts with that, right? And as for women, I don't know how else to advise you, coming from a guy who has that unfounded respect for you. But I just want to say, keep going despite all odds. You guys are deserving of so much more, and I cannot stress how much you've been through. I know that disrespect has been tested through the test of time. And so again, I just want to say, from myself to you guys, to girls, again, you deserve more. And I don't know how to emphasize that enough. And I don't know if my tone is picking it up over on the mic, but again, you guys are deserving so much more. And you please continue to support yourself, continue to move on. You don't need a guy telling you what to do. You can stand on your own. You can hold your ground. You can make this world yours. And honestly, this world should be yours, because you're deserving of so much. And so again, from this host who's a guy, I have that respect. I got your back always. And, you know, you don't need my ass telling you what to do. You guys can do so much more. Please live life the way that you want. Live life the way that you see. Keep going no matter what. Keep persisting, keep fighting, keep thriving. And, you know, have that camaraderie for your fellow women out there. To all the girls, to all the females, to all those who affiliate themselves with being a woman. Again, please, you know, enjoy life. And look forward to so much more, because I'm rooting for you always. And over here, even though, like I said, I respect all people over here on the podcast, over on the channel, my heart goes out as well to every woman who has worked to make a difference in the world. Women empowered the world. Women made a difference in the world. Look at the history of it, and you'll find that behind every man, there's always a female watching their backs. Literally, there's always that woman who can stand up and who plays that major role in history and time. And so, you know, I don't want to get too academic here, but I'm gonna just say that you guys are deserving of so much. Love y'all, and you guys are amazing. All right, and so please keep pushing on, keep persisting. Find the career that you love, find the passion that you love, find the love of your life, and, you know, just know that you are the best you. You know, you should have control of yourself, you know, and don't be insecure about other things. Be secure knowing that you are you and you are deserving to be yourself, right? You have changed the world. You and all other women out there in the world, you guys have changed the world, changed it in a way for the better. And so we'll take that to heart, and just know that over here, you're safe. You got your back always. All right. I know this is a really short episode in a way, but that's going to be it for this episode of Convos. I just want to lay down my own opinions here. And again, you know, as people leave comments, but I also have my own thoughts. I have my own ways of going about things. I'm gonna go ahead and share them over here. And so again, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Again, if you want to know where I got that music from, where I got the soundtrack from, please check out the description. If you want to check out my social, also check that out as well. If you want to leave any comments, PM, DM me. You can leave them down over on YouTube, or you can PM or DM me on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever it is that you can reach me. And I'm gonna guarantee you that I can respond, except for when I'm working. My days off are now like Friday and Sunday, so that's just that. But anyway, guys and gals, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For men out there, respect their gals. For all the women out there, don't do anything. You guys are already amazing as is. So again, please like, share, sub, and much love. You guys have been an amazing audience. I hope you guys are enjoying the vibe that I'm giving off right now. But this is Mr. T signing off over here in NYC. Much love, everyone, and I'll see you at the next episode, alright? Peace out and have an awesome day.